first grade Cougars, it's Mrs. Belatesh. And we're going to continue talking about the moon phases. So last time we learned about what the names of the moon phases were, right? New moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent, and then back to new moon. And we ate some delicious Oreos to help us learn about it. But this time I want us to figure out, why does the moon appear to change shape? So please make sure that you watch the Brain Pop Junior video on the moon and continue to go out during the day and in the evening and look at the moon and draw a picture of what you see, what is the shape of the moon that you see every time you go out to see the moon. Okay? Now we're going to learn some more about how the moon moves and why it appears to change its shape. So Cougars, we now know the names of the moon phases. We know that it's new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent, and back to new moon. But now I want to figure out why the moon appears to change its shape. And to do that, we're going to use a little model. So this light bulb here is going to represent the sun. The sun gives us light and heat. My head is going to represent the earth. And this ball is going to represent the moon. Now, light and dark, light and shadow. Do you see that half of the moon is lit up with light and half of the moon is in a shadow? That's what happens all the time. The moon is always half light, half shadow. But we don't always get to see it from where we are on Earth. So I'm going to do a little experiment that helps you see the different phases of the moon and why we see them on Earth. Okay? Let's get started. Okay, so boys and girls, so first of all, there's the sun, very bright, and I'm going to put the moon in front of it. Oh, look at that. Now, when I look at the moon and it's sun, moon, and then my head is the earth, I only see the back of the moon. The moon is in a shadow, and it is called new moon. Now the moon is going to start to orbit the earth, and when that happens, it's starting to reflect some of the light. And from Earth, I see a crescent moon. Now, as the moon continues to orbit the Earth, from Earth, we see that the moon is half light, half shadow. And that is called first quarter. Now I'm going to keep turning, and it looks like it's almost a full moon. It's not a full moon yet, but it's getting to be a full moon. We call that a gibbous moon. Now, I'm going to go to a full moon. Now the moon is fully lit up. Full moon. Now, the moon continues to orbit, and it's starting to get a little smaller. We call that a waning gibbous. Now we're back to a half moon, third quarter, and then we see a crescent moon, waning crescent, and we're back to new moon. So it goes new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent, new moon. Okay, so let's do a little review. We know that the sun gives us light and heat, and it's the center of our solar system. We know that the Earth is the third planet from the sun. It's a rocky planet, it's a terrestrial planet, and the Earth orbits or revolves around the sun. We know that the moon is a natural satellite or moon of the Earth, and it orbits or revolves around the Earth. Now let's take a look about when the different phases happen. So when it is sun, moon, Earth, it is new moon. New moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon. Now it's going to get smaller, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent, and back to new moon. And now I'm going to show you the same thing on my model. So this is the sun, this is the moon, and this is the Earth. When it goes sun, moon, Earth, it's new moon. New moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon. Now it's going to get smaller, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent, and back to new moon. Okay, so now boys and girls, I want you to get out your solar system book again and turn to the next blank page. And this time, I want you to write something about the moon. So I drew a picture of a waxing crescent moon. And you see, I put a few craters on my moon because the moon is actually covered with craters because it has no air, it has no atmosphere. And here is a little bit of light being reflected, and it is a waxing crescent shape. And then I wrote a few sentences about the moon. The moon is always changing its shape in the sky. Actually, it doesn't change its shape, but it does change the amount of light it reflects. It takes 28 days for the moon to orbit the Earth one time. That is about 1 month. So boys and girls, please draw a picture of maybe your favorite phase of the moon. Maybe you like a full moon, maybe you like a half moon. Write a few sentences about it and put it in your solar system book. All right, I love the moon and I love learning about it with you guys. Take care, Cougars.